We had to start new chapter today.
Now leader clear habit to accident and design. 172.
Giving 2 more minutes to talk and gossip, drink water, eat whatever you want to do. But after 2 minutes, I want pin drop silence. All right. Come first. You want to remember page number? 172.
76.
Okay, good. Your duty someone else is doing. I've given responsibility to whom to remember this page number? To him only.
I am not doing online for
Last class you were there.
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday, ma'am.
It is about yesterday's only. Okay, from here. Now silence. And who will start? Now give him few minutes.
Few minutes.
Fifth bench. Complete new faces for me, both of you. Are you attending the class? You are attending? Okay, proceed. Come. If you are able to see from there, it's fine. But if there's problem, then you can come in front. Huh? Don't take out mobile. Come in front and read out. Let him sit. Anyone is there or what? You can also take book. Mic is working, I suppose. No, be a bit louder. Okay, sit down, Abhishek, sit. In this manner, I am not able to hear. Wait, pause. You read, Kritraj. Kritranjan. Okay, Kritranjan.
The power of a crisis, how leaders create habits through accident and design. The patient was already unconscious when he was wheeled into the operating room at Rhode Island Hospital. His jaw was slack, his eyes closed, and the top of an intubation tube fixed.
Here we are talking about hospital, Rhode Island Hospital. This story will depend upon this only, Rhode Island Hospital. This is again one organization I've already discussed in our last class, that again this chapter will be focusing on organization. And this is the organization which is it is talking about Rhode Island Hospital. And here, because of few or blunder mistake, this organization had to suffer a lot. Fine. Proceed. Here it is talking about patient who was already unconscious when he was wheeled into the operating room in Rhode Island Hospital. His jaw was slack. What is the meaning of slack? ढीला पड़ जाए ना, जबड़ा, jaw is जबड़ा ढीला पड़ गया था. His eye closed and the top of an incubation tube picked above his incubation tube को उसके lip के ऊपर डाला हुआ था. As a nurse hooked him up to the machine. किसी मशीन से उसको इंटैक्ट किया गया था. That would force air into his lungs during surgery. उसके lungs में air pass किया गया. One of his arm slipped off the गर्नी द स्किन मोल्टेड, एक्चुअली ये दाने की बात हो रही है, स्किन पे किसी टाइप का दाना वगैरह हो गया था एलर्जी से, ठीक है, वो चीज है यहाँ पे। विथ लिवर स्पॉट, वही रिएक्शन, दाना निकल जाना फिर स्किन पे। द स्किन मोल्टेड विथ लिवर स्पॉट मतलब क्या, निकल गया था स्किन पे, लिवर स्पॉट की तरह बन गया था उसकी स्किन पे। प्रोसीड। हाँ,
As a nurse took him up to a machine that would force air into his lungs during surgery. One of his arms slipped off the gurney, the skin mottled with liver spots. The man was 86-year-old
the
and
last person please close the door. Please come, and the last person close the door now. Close the door. I want you to put on the hinge. Settle down first. Both boys come and sit over here. Proceed. Proceed,
the
Rick.
man was 86-year-old and 3 days earlier had fallen at home. Afterwards, he had trouble staying awake and answering questions. And
Okay,
so eventually-
it is the description of the patient. He is 86 years old and fallen at home, and he have trouble staying awake. मतलब जागने में भी उसको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, और इवन वो आंसर तक नहीं कर पा रहा है क्वेश्चन, ठीक है, क्वेश्चन भी आंसर करने में उसको प्रॉब्लम है, जगे रहने में भी प्रॉब्लम है. Okay, then eventually wife called an ambulance.
In the emergency room, a doctor asked him what happened, but the man kept nodding off in the middle of the sentence.
मतलब पूछा जा रहा है और सिर्फ वो क्या कर रहा है? He is just nodding. He is not able to answer. Just nodding means what? Moving up and down. Proceed.
A scan of his head revealed why the fall had slammed his brain against his skull, causing what's known as cerebral hematoma. Blood was pooling with the left portion of the cranium, pushing against the delicate folds of tissue inside its skull. The fluid had been building for almost 72 hours, and those parts of the brain that control his breathing and heart were beginning to falter. Unless the blood was drained, the man would die. At the time, Rhode Island Hospital was one of the nation's leading medical institutions, the main teaching hospital of Brown University, and the only level eye trauma center in southeastern New England. Inside the tall brick and glass building, physicians had pioneered cutting-edge medical techniques, including the use of ultrasound waves to destroy the tumors inside a patient's body. In 2002, the National Coalition on Healthcare rated the hospital's intensive care unit as one of the finest in the country.
It's fine that you want incentive, but here it is intensive.
But by the time the elderly patient arrived, Rhode Island Hospital also had another reputation, a place driven by internal tension. There were deep simmering enmities between nurse and physician.
See, actual scenario has been discussed over here. Deep simmering enmity, what do you mean by this? Opposite of that. मतलब घंघोर दुश्मनी, यहाँ पे डॉक्टर और नर्स के बीच में enmity is दुश्मनी. Enemy, enmities. Simmering का मतलब भी थोड़ा deep ही होता है, deep deep enmity, yes, between nurse and physician. अगर bonding रहता तब तो disaster होता ही नहीं. Bonding था नहीं और nurse को basically treat किया जाता था as a junior. You are no one to suggest me anything. जब nurse को suggest भी कर रही है, he is not following that. Okay, which led to disaster. Proceed. Are you writing these words? जगाना पड़ता है सबको. Every time I need to wake you up. Yes, do this thing. Proceed.
In 2000, the Nurses Union had voted to strike after complaining that they were being forced to work temporarily long hours. More than 300 of them stood outside the hospital with sign reading "Stop Slavery" and "They can't take away a pride." This place can be awful.
I don't want anyone making fun of it. Okay.
One nurse recalled
Second round,
telling a reporter the
coaching.
doctors can
Okay,
reach
from here, someone else. Who will be reading from girls' side? Okay, pass mic to her. No, the one was raising hand. No, write full sentence. At least phrase it was simmering enmity. At least write this. Simmering enmity. Huh? Gehri dushmani. Quite. Yes, you proceed. This place was awful, miss. This place was not good to work in. You need to pause. When I will be explaining, you need to pause at that time at least. Okay, proceed.
Required telling a reporter, the doctors can make you feel like you are worthless, like you are disposable, like you should be thankful to pick up after them.
ये समझ आया? Have you understood this? To pick up after them. मेरे पीछे भी खड़े होने में आपको शुक्रगुजार फील होना चाहिए. ठीक है? ये नर्स को ऐसे ट्रीट किया जा रहा है वहां.
Administrators eventually agreed to limit nurses' mandatory overtime, but tensions continued to rise. A few years later, a surgeon was preparing for a routine abdominal operation when a nurse called for a timeout. Such pauses are a standard procedure at most hospitals, a way for doctors and staff to make sure mistakes are avoided. The nursing staff at Rhode Island Hospital was insistent on timeouts, particularly since a surgeon had accidentally removed the tonsils of a girl.
First disaster. Remove the tonsil of the girl who was supposed to have eye surgery. ऐसे hospital में please don't go. हाँ.
Timeouts were supposed to catch such errors before they occurred. At the abdominal surgery.
कोई कौन है? Student ही है ना? हाँ? Need not to open.
At the
पानी है इसीलिए जाइए दे दीजिए. पानी के लिए ना नहीं बोलूंगी. आई सर्जरी खत्म. पैराग्राफ चेंज. एट द एब्डोमिनल सर्जरी नेक्स्ट चीज के बारे में डिस्कशन हो रहा है. हाँ.
At the abdominal surgery, when the OR nurse asked the team to gather around the patient for a time out and to discuss their plan, the doctor headed for the door. Why don't you lead this? The surgeon told the nurse. I am going to step outside for a call. Knock when you are ready.
Okay, again next thing. Why don't you lead this? The surgeon call. यहाँ पे time out मतलब basically आपको being a nurse और surgeon मिल करके discussion करना था. Fine, लेकिन यहाँ पे surgeon का क्या reaction था? आप लोग discussion करिए. जब हो जाएगा बुला लीजिएगा. Fine. So why don't you lead this? Surgeon told the nurse, I am going to step out for a call. Knock when you are ready. लेकिन आपको यहाँ पे again further बताया जा रहा है. You are supposed to be here for this doctor. She is telling that you are supposed to be here. आपके साथ ही discussion होगा. You are the one who will be suggesting. But still, आगे देखिए reaction.
You can handle it, the surgeon said as we walked towards the door. Doctor, I don't feel this is appropriate. The doctor stopped and looked at her. If I want your damn opinion, I will ask for
Okay, the reaction what nurse had to face from the doctor just for giving suggestion or just for telling what is right and what is wrong.
The nurse let the time out, retrieved the doctor a few minutes later, and the procedure occurred without complication. She never contradicted a physician.
Okay, she never contradicted a physician again. हाँ, किसी काम में दखल अंदाजी फिर देना हाँ नहीं की.
And never said anything when other safety policies were ignored. Some doctors were fine and some were monsters. One nurse who worked at Rhode Island Hospital in the mid-2000s told me, we called it the glass factory because it felt like everything could crash down at any minute. To deal with these tensions, the staff had developed informal rooms, habits unique to the institution that had to avoid the most obvious conflicts. Nurses, for instance, always double-checked the orders of error-prone physician and quietly made
एरर प्रोन आप लोग से भी अक्सर गलती होती है. हम लोग अपने लिए भी वर्ड यूज कर सकते हैं. वी आर वेरी मच एरर प्रोन. मतलब एरर प्रोन मीन्स जिसके साथ हाँ एडिक्शन है भाई, गलती किए बिना काम हो नहीं सकता.
and quietly made sure that correct doses were entered. They took extra time to write clearly on patient's charts, lest a hasty surgeon make the wrong cut. One nurse told me they developed a system of color codes to warn one another. We put doctors' names in different colors on the white boards. He said, blue meant nice, red meant jerk, and black meant whatever you do.
Understood. नर्स लोगों का भी कलर कोडिंग चल रहा है यहाँ पे. ठीक है. क्या है? ब्लू मीन्स राइट, नाइस, रेड मीन्स jerk, black means whatever you do, don't contradict them. Okay. Fine.
Or they will take your head off. Rhode Island Hospital was a place filled with a corrosive culture. Unlike at Alcoa, where carefully designed keystone habits surrounding worker safety had created larger and larger successes inside Rhode Island Hospital, habits emerged on the fly among nurses seeking to offset physician arrogance. The hospital's routines were not carefully thought out. Rather, they appeared by accident and spread through whispered warning until toxic patterns emerge. This can happen within any organization where habits are not deliberately planned. Just as choosing the right keystone habits can create amazing change, the wrong ones can create disasters. And when the habits within Rhode Island hospitals imploded,
What do you mean by imploded? Exploded, that you understand? Exploded is imploded. They caused terrible mistake.
When the emergency room staff saw the brain scans of the 86-year-old man with the subdural hematoma, they immediately placed the neurosurgeon on duty. He was in the middle of a routine spinal surgery, but when he got the pain, he stepped away from the operating table and looked at images of the elderly man's head on a computer screen. The surgeon told his assistant,
Where this noise is coming?
A nurse practitioner to go to the emergency room and get the man's wife to sign a consent form approving surgery. He finished his spinal procedure. A half hour later, the elderly man was wheeled into the same operating theater. Nurses were rushing around. The unconscious elderly man was placed on the table. A nurse picked up his consent form and medical chart. Doctor, the nurse said, looking at the patient's chart, the consent form doesn't say where the hematoma is. The nurse lived through the paperwork.
Okay, here. What do you mean by this, the highlighted one? Lift through the paperwork. करने के लिए वो निकल गई.
There was no clear indication of which side of his head they were supposed to operate on. Every hospital
Leading to another disaster. ठीक है, यहाँ पे ऑपरेशन होना है. अगेन कौन से साइड में ऑपरेशन करना है.
Every hospital relies upon paperwork to guide surgery.
Okay.
Before any cut is made, a patient or family member is supposed to sign a document approving each procedure and verifying the details. In a chaotic environment,
है ना, chaotic, उधेड़ बुल वाला माहौल, भागा भागी वाला माहौल.
In a chaotic environment, whereas many as a dozen doctors and nurses may handle a patient between the ER and the recovery suite, consent forms are the instruction that keep track of what is supposed to occur. No one is supposed to go into surgery without a signed and detailed consent. I saw the scans before, the surgeon said. It was the right side of the head. If we don't do this quickly, he's gonna to die. Maybe we should pull up the films again, the nurse said. Moving toward
What suggestions he is giving? That we should check out that whether this is confirmed that right side need to be operated. Fine. Now someone else read from here. Pass. Anyone who want to read? Maybe the cursor is moving.
Maybe we should pull up the films again. The nurse said, moving toward a computer terminal for security reasons. The hospital computers logged after 15 minutes of idling. It would take at least a minute for the nurse to log in and load the patient's brain scans onto the screen. We don't have the time, the surgeon said. They told me he is pressing. We have got to relieve the pressure.
Basically, in urgency, these things were happening. We don't have time. Surgeon is telling that he is crashing means what he is about to die, right? So we have got to relieve the pressure.
What if you find the family? The nurse asked. If that's what you want, then call the fucking killer and find the family. In the meantime, I am going to save his life. The surgeon grabbed the paperwork, people right on the of that inside. There, he said we have to operate immediately. The nurse had worked.
Wait, pause. Pass over here, second bench, middle one.
The nurse had worked. Road Island. The nurse had worked at Rhode Island Hospital for a year. He understood the hospital culture. This surgeon's name.
I can hear a lot of noise. Now better you make us understand. Focus. If this is a scenario, focus. I can ask any one of you to make or interpret what you have understood. Fine. Then you people will focus. Back of you, behind those boys, understood what I'm talking about. Now you all have to infer what it has been discussed. Okay. Now focus, please.
The nurse knew was often scribbled in black on the large whiteboard in the hallway. Signaling the nurse should be there. The unwritten rules in this scenario Work here. The surgeon always wins.
Read out.
The nurse pulled down the chart and stood aside the doctor position. The elderly man had in a skirt pedal that provide access to the right side of his skull and saved and applied.
What is straddle? Able to see? Anyone can see. बेसिकली पालना कहते हैं एल्डरली मैन हेड इन अ क्रेडल, तो पालना का है, लेकिन बेसिकली एल्डरली मैन है किसी जगह पे उसको रखा गया, वैसे क्रेडल मतलब पालना होता है, ठीक है। भारी क्यों लग रहा है पढ़ने में भाई? तबीयत ठीक नहीं है? क्या हो गया तबीयत को अचानक? बच्चा लोग जैसे नहीं बिहेव करता है, you behave. Pass. Behind you, give mic to him. The one who was reading now, behind you. तबीयत ठीक नहीं है तो दांत भी नहीं निकलना चाहिए। Take book. From that far, you will be able to see them. I'm not able to hear you. Not able to hear you.
Nurse took out the card and stood aside as the doctor positioned the man's head in the cradle and provided access to the right side of his skull and saved and applied antiseptic to his head. The plan was to open the skull and suction out the blood fully on the top of his head. The surgeon slid away a flap of the skull, exposed the skull and put a drill against the white bone. He began putting until the bit broke through with a soft spot. He made two more holes and used a saw to cut out the.
Think of his condition. He made 2 more holes and used
a saw to cut out a triangular piece of the man's skull. Underneath was the dura. The translucent sheet surrounding the brain. Oh my God! Someone said there was no hematoma. They were operating on the wrong side of the head. Beneath his turns, the surgeon's head. The triangle of bone was replaced and reattached with a small metal plate and his face. And the surgeon's skull sewed up. His head was shifted to the other side and then once again sewed, clean, cut, and drilled until a triangle of the skull could be removed. This time the hematoma was immediately visible. A dark bulge that spilled like thick syrup. When the dura was cured, the surgeon vacuumed the blood and placed it inside the old man's skull fell immediately. The surgery, which should have taken about an hour, had run almost twice as long.
समझ आया यहाँ तक क्या हुआ? क्या कांड किए डॉक्टर ने?
Afterward, the patient was taken to the intensive care unit, but he never regained full consciousness. 2 weeks later, he died. A subsequent investigation said it was impossible to determine the precise cause of death. But the patient's family argued that the trauma of medical errors had overwhelmed his already fragile body. That the stress of removing 2 pieces of his skull, the additional time in surgery, and the delay in evacuating the hematoma had pushed him over the edge. If not for the mistake, they claimed he might still be alive. The hospital paid a settlement and the surgeon was barred from ever working at Rhode Island Hospital again. Such an accident, some nurses later claimed that was inevitable. Rhode Island Hospital.
ये word Inevitable.
Not accepted.
Yes, but here it is mandatory. Such an accident, some nurses later claimed was, yes, not acceptable. But in general, it is mandatory. Okay, proceed.
Rhode Island hospitals is what should this comes from?
Again, this dysfunctional. In management also you will get to know these words. Dysfunctional.
It was only a matter of time.
Proceed.
It was only a matter of time until a serious mistake occurred. It's not just organizational habits can be formed within hundreds of and thousands of firms. And almost always they are product of laziness of leaders who avoid thinking about the culture and so let it develop without guidance. There are no organizations without institutional habits. There are only places where they are deliberately designed and places where they are created without forethought. So they often grow from rivalry of or fear.
Rivalry, competitive.
But sometimes even destructive habits can be transformed by leaders who know how to see the right opportunity. Sometimes in the heat of crisis, the right habit demands.
Again, from second, we will be starting next week. But till here, everything is clear. You have seen what all disaster they all made, what all mistake they committed. So you are also medical student. You were medical student, ex-medical student. Silence. All those who have book, they are underlining the words, and at the end, when you will be completing this book, go through all those words which you have completed or underlined and use in your vocab also. You will find a drastic improvement in yourself. Yes, roll number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Jyoti, stop talking. 29, 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 34, 35, 36, 35 and 36, 37, 38, 13, 39, okay, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, then 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, जिन लोगों का बातचीत की वजह से अटेंडेंस छूटेगा मैं दोबारा नहीं बनाने वाली, इसलिए ध्यान से अपना अटेंडेंस बनवाइए। 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 97, कहाँ 97? तो प्रॉक्सी कौन किया उसका? These things are serious concern. ये छोटी मोटी बात नहीं है किसी और के अटेंडेंस में प्रॉम्प्ट करना, दोबारा नहीं होना चाहिए। 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 46 हो गया है। 46 टोटल है, 47 हो गया है।